I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Just chomping on the ice cream. Oh, I should have waited. You almost had the thing completely downed. That was horribly rude of me.
What?
I said you almost had that thing completely downed. That was horribly rude of me. Your Klondike.
No, it's okay. I usually eat in all my streams anyway.
No, I got you. I got you. No, so once again, appreciate you coming on. First podcast ever. I'm still creating a name, so I can't say like, oh yeah, this is the whatever podcast, but no. So I mean, we can just kind of like dive right into it here. Like how, like you said, like before, like you've been doing good. Like the coronavirus hasn't been really messing with you like all that hard or anything like that, or has it?
Um, I don't think the coronavirus has really affected me that much, especially
No.
because like I'm like one sort of like a homebody
Okay.
already anyway. So and also because we stream,
Yeah.
so we're already inside.
Yeah, that's something that like a lot of people I've been talking to, like on stream or just like even like just like my gamer friends, everyone's like, is it this like not affected anybody else like at all? And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing about our lives, where it's like, yeah, just kind of business as usual, like now I have a little bit more time to game, maybe. I don't know.
Mm.
No,
I mean,
what?
I think people like working at home, so.
Yeah, I've heard both ends of it that people are like they're super pumped to be at home. Like my mom, for instance, she's been home and she does like a little bit of work, but she's like, man, like I'm cleaning the whole house and it's like it's been a pain in my butt personally because she's like cleaning the basement, right? And she's like going through all these things. She's like, hey, do you still want these Legos? I'm like, well, yeah, like don't get rid of them. She's like, take them or leave them, man. Like they're like we're remodeling. I was like, all right, mom, all right. But then some people they're getting like that cabin fever, you know?
Mm.
It's been like super rough with them. But yeah,
Yeah.
besides like maybe like just going to the gym or like going to parks and whatnot, I mean, you do a good bit of cosplaying, right? Like from what I've seen. Has that affected that at all? Like have you not been able to go on shoots or anything?
Yeah, it has affected like that work.
Yeah?
But like not.
Like has there been like any sites you're like, dude, I'm super pumped to go to whatever and they're like, nah man, you can't be doing that, social distancing.
Well, I was like excited to go to anime cons with
Oh
their
yeah.
cancel.
Yeah, that's like this is like the prime season for it, isn't it?
Nah, they're all year round.
Oh, okay. I thought they
So
started to ramp up more. Which ones got canceled that you were going to go to? I mean, like I feel like things have been canceled left and right, but were you like planning any trips? And you're just like Tech. Yeah, that's the big one around here.
Taco in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have a buddy that DJ'd it. He was like one of the DJs, and he was really really pumped up about that. And he was like, yeah, unfortunately, can't be doing that. Did you have any like cosplays planned that you were like, man, I've been working on this. I was gonna showcase this here, and then it's just like, well,
no, because quarantine happened like months before Teco, so I was just like, we really don't know if it's gonna happen. So none of my friends were like, what's it called? Like they were optimistic. None of my friends were optimistic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of people were. I saw both ends of the spectrum when this stuff pretty much went down. It was going to be like, this is nothing. This is like the flu. Everyone's making a huge deal out of this, and then the other is like the, hey, I'm going to hoard toilet paper because it's the end of the world type deal. It was pretty nuts. So you said your friends were just like, nah, this ain't gonna happen.
uh, I mean, one of my viewers just said, "Did you bring snacks?"
Of course you brought snacks. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I'm quiet apparently. Oops.
Yeah, I saw that too. I just turned you up. You shouldn't be really quiet. No, it's no, I'm sorry that you didn't bring enough snacks, I guess. Maybe, I don't know.
But
Now,
about
anyways,
your question about like other things being closed, yeah, like I used to do a lot of work in New York, like
Oh,
like shoots or
yeah,
um shows and stuff like that.
yeah.
But yeah, they were canceled.
Ah, that sucks. Yeah, I was gonna go to the Arnold Fitness Expo out in Columbus, Ohio,
Mhm.
and that like we booked the hotel, we had the tickets, like events booked, all that stuff, and then the day before we were like gonna pack up the car and go, it got canceled, and we lost a ton of money, which sucked. But it's like, hey, it is what it is, you know. Just kind of got to adjust.
Do you guys like not get the money back?
Well, you know what? So the tickets, they were pretty cool about that. They refunded it, but for the event itself with the hotel, they're like, nah. They're like, but we booked insurance. They're like, doesn't cover it. It's like, are you serious? They're like, yep, sorry, no refunds. We're like, okay, I guess. Which, you know, it is what it is. Oh, by the way, I've been meaning to tell you this. I really like the decorations on your microphone.
Thank you. Actually, a lot of my viewers always say it's like lingerie.
Oh, I
And
didn't
they
think that
always
at all.
joke that what this is lingerie, and that
Well,
bothers me because it's not. It's
well,
lace. I put lace on here.
it's lace. Okay.
Yes, this is lace.
I didn't think about it being lingerie until you said something. And I'm like, yeah, that kind of looks like it's lingerie.
It's not. It's not.
Out of all the material you probably have access to, you're like, yo, I'm gonna do the lace. Now I'm jealous overall of like your like setup. Like your room is actually well put together, and mine just has like laundry in the background and a couple flags. It's kind of like any college frat boys like dorm room almost.
Thank you.
Yeah, are your lights like on RGB? Like, is there any particular pattern? Like, can you set them up?
Um, the lights are like it goes from like red and yellow
Okay.
to blue and green.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got super into lights one time, and I got these like I think they're liquid lights. I think they're called, where it has like that like the sticky part, and you can put it on your desk, and like it'll morph to it. And I was super excited, and then for whatever reason, the app just doesn't work with my phone. I don't know why, or like with my Wi-Fi, something was like really messed up with it, and it was just like, oh. Yeah, so and I had like 3 colors to select from when I thought I would be able to like set up all these things, and I got super disappointed. And I don't even have the camera on my side desk anymore because I was so bummed from it. Oh no. But no, I like your Pikachu and like all your like Pokemon and stuffed animals and stuff. It's very you. And even like matches your hair too. Like your chair matches your hair, Dorothy. God damn it. That's good solid branding right there.
Actually, a viewer gave this to me.
Oh, nice. Because they like wait. What came first, the hair or the chair?
My hair. Yeah.
That's something I might be hitting you up about. Like, did you do it yourself or did you go to a place?
Um. So there's this thing called Oh, but before I tell you about my hair,
Yeah.
about the room, I just set it up for the stream. Like it
Aw.
didn't look like this before. I set it up. Like I mean, some of the things were already here, like
Yeah.
that picture thing, and some of the things up here. But I specifically set it up more so for the stream.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. You did it, like I said, you did a solid job at it. That's better than I could ever do.
Thank you.
Whenever I try to do interior decoration, it just looks being like posters and flags, as you can see behind me. It's not. It's nothing too good with that. But no, especially too. Somebody told me like your bed looks like it's stolen college furniture. I'm like, that's because it is. But yeah, you went to Pitt, so yeah, you went right down the street from me. Like, were you ever on Duquesne's campus at all?
Probably like to drive through it.
Yeah. No, it's no. One of your viewers just said, I feel like she needs a fire extinguisher on standby though. Why is there something that's actually like bad that
Sorry,
happens?
am I being disruptive? Boner,
No.
boner, boner, boner,
Sorry,
boner,
wait
boner,
for
boner,
the
boner, boner,
people like
boner.
to troll with the
Boner,
donations. I
boner, boner,
apologize. I'm gonna have to
boner,
shut that
boner,
off for
boner,
future.
boner,
See, look,
boner.
I'm learning.
No, it's okay. You got bits.
I did get
Yay!
bits. I don't thank it for the
Got
bits anymore though. When
one,
when they make it
2,
say
3, 4, 5.
five
500.
500 bits. Yep. I don't say thank you to the people that donate to make the robot say dirty words though. That's a point with me. Um, but no, I forget what I was even gonna say, but no, the furniture is also it's not stolen, but Duquesne was gonna throw it out. It was brand new, like out of the box. They're like, we have too much of it, we can't store it. And my buddy was in charge of it. He's like, do you want something? I'm like, hell yeah, it's free furniture. It's garbage, but it's free. But no, about the fire extinguisher though, there's something happened that they're like, yo, she needs a fire extinguisher all the time.
No, I don't have a fire extinguisher.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like, oh, there's definitely like there was one time an incident with fire or something of that nature.
No. I mean, sometimes, like, with oven, maybe, but not with my lights in my room.
With the oven? What'd you do with the oven?
I don't know. I just turned it on.
And it starts smoking? There's more to this.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't see. Like, there was like a spatula inside the oven, and I didn't know it was inside the oven. So
and
I
you're
turned
just
on the oven,
and you're
then
just
the
like,
spatula caught on fire.
was it wooden or plastic? Did it melt or did it?
Yeah, it's like that plastic spatula.
Did it like really wreck it? Like was it an easy cleanup or did you have to like really take some time to clean that shit?
I don't remember.
I did that one time in high school. I remember it was like I think I was like a freshman. It was like my first time actually like using the oven like home alone. I was like, oh shit. And I did the same thing. I preheated the oven, but I didn't check inside it. And there was those splatter screens, you know?
Mhm.
And they had the plastic handles, and all of a sudden I start smelling like a chemical. Like a chemical. I was like, oh shit. And I look in the kitchen, there's like this black smoke coming like spewing out of the oven. I was like, oh, like this is how my parents murder me. I'm like, and I remember I had to tell my dad he was at work, and I'm like, I almost caught the house on fire. He's like, what the fuck? And I told him, he's like, oh, he's like, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Good job.
Thanks. I'll tell you what though, I never turn on an oven without checking inside it again. That was a hard lesson.
Good idea.
Thanks. So, questions about the hair though. Did you do it yourself or did you go to a salon and do it?
Oh yeah, I forgot you asked that question. I was like, there's a question that I wasn't answering, and I didn't remember what it was.
No, it's all good.
But there's this thing called a color depositing shampoo.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can put color depositing shampoo on your hair if
Okay.
it's already bleached, and so that's what I did. But I also have a friend whose mom is a hairdresser, so I go to her. Because, like, if you go to a salon, it's probably like $200 to bleach my hair.
Ooh.
But for her, it's only like maybe like $45.
Okay.
So yeah, I go to my friend's mom.
Wait, let me ask you though, because I know nothing about hair, and if I hit 8,500 followers before the end of July, I said I'm gonna dye my hair, right?
Oh,
But
congratulations.
thank you. But I haven't hit nothing yet. But I was looking up and like you have to bleach it first. Do you literally just?
Congratulations.
Do you literally? Okay, this is gonna sound really stupid, and I'm afraid to ask because like at risk of sounding stupid. Do you literally just put bleach in your hair and let it set? Is that how that is? Or do you have to get like it?
Yeah.
You literally just put bleach in your hair?
Yeah.
Like Clorox bleach. That's all you.
No.
That's what I meant.
Not Clorox, please.
Because I was like, oh, I have this stuff under my sink. I didn't think it was safe to put on my scalp, but I was looking. Everyone's like, you have to bleach it.
I think if you did that, you would probably die.
I don't. You see, that's why I was like, I don't know anything about this, and you have pink hair that you had to bleach it first. So I'm like, okay.
I don't think it's not Clorox bleach. Yeah.
It's not Clorox bleach.
I don't know what bleach they use, but I don't think it's Clorox.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably have to look into that for sure. But how did the... Go ahead.
I said it just has to be safe for your skin.
Yeah, you see, I have no idea what is safe. Like, I thought normal bleach is like, whatever, I clean with it anyways. Like, I guess they can go up here. I'm probably gonna die from, like, fumes or something like that in my bathroom. No, so how did the pink come? Like, was that for a cosplay, or you're just like, hey, I want to do pink?
No, I had colored hair in college.
Oh, okay.
So I just feel like it fits better.
What'd you have throughout, was it always pink, or did you do something else?
I've always tried different colors. So
what'd you have before, and, like, where are you gonna be going with it?
before, I mean, I had like burgundy, or I had like fire truck red, which
What?
is
Like your
different
shirt?
from red.
Like your shirt color red?
Your shirt's black.
Your shirt.
Oh. What? I was like, is there some color changer in your webcam or something?
No. I'm just actually horribly colorblind, Dorothy, and I'm really upset that you brought it up to my attention. Actually, is that rare black red colorblindness? Yeah.
Oh really?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, so I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so it was the fire truck red. That's nuts. I really want to see pictures of that.
So when I say fire truck red, it's more like an orangey color, tangerine orange, and for some reason they called it fire truck red.
Okay.
So it had that hair color, and then
Okay, so fire truck red. Was that the first time that you're like, okay, I'm just gonna really go for this fire truck red?
No.
No, okay.
I mean, I had purple too, and I had blue, and I had gray.
Damn.
And blonde, lots of blonde.
Okay, I dyed my hair twice in my life, and it was like the one time I went to a monster like truck rally, as white trash as that sounds, but I dyed it like this bright blue with like this stuff that was basically spray paint. And I remember I was like, oh, I'm never gonna do this again, because it started like sweat. Like when I would sweat, like it came out with it because it was super cheap, and I was a little kid, and I was like, oh, this is awful, because it like drenched like my shirt in this weird ass blue dye. Oh my god. So no, so okay, like would you ever dye your hair like to like fit for like a cosplay or anything like that? Like, was that something that you would normally do, or you're just like, nah, like the cosplay fits the hair or something like that? I'm really interested in this because I've never done it before, like the cosplay stuff, and you're like the only person I really know that does it as well as you do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I see if you're laughing at the please blink if you're held hostage. Damn.
The thing is, I just blink the whole entire stream. Like, because everybody blinks, I think. So.
Well, now you're like, now it gets in your head where like, I don't know if I blink after reading that. Well, wait, now I had to blink before, and then it just becomes a chain reaction. But if you wait to blink too long, it's weird. You see, you should have never acknowledged chat, because then they just feed off of that and it becomes a mess. Oh my god, it's awful. Calling 911 as we speak. Oh my god. No, it's, yeah, I like I said, I was like, I'm not gonna need to pay attention to chat because they live off of that shit. They feed off of it. They're like, especially my chat, they're trolls.
They're funny.
Once again, don't feed into it, because then there's gonna be more. Then there's gonna be more boner comments. Thank you for the follow, friend. But yeah. That's seriously a thing. I've made a significant portion of my donations in bits because of just they're like I want to see the most lewd thing I can make the robot say without there being a chat filter. I don't know why that's a game. I don't know if that's if that's something that you have on your stream too, that your chat tries to do that.
What happened at the petting zoo?
Oh, it's a meme. They're joking that there's no petting zoo story. Anyways, though, I fucking hate my whole entire community. I hate my chat. But wait. So one of my viewers asked about your name. Where did your name come from? Doropai.
My Doropai name?
Yeah. How did that come?
So my name is Dorothy, so it has the part Doro in it. And something that I call a lot of like my cute friends is I add pie to the end of their name. So Ninji Poo would be Ninji Pie.
Ninja Pie.
I have another friend named Gina, so I call her Gina Pie.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for like years and years. So anyway, like sometimes when they want to like do a cute nickname back to me as a joke, they use my pie, like P-I-E, like, you know, the pies that you eat.
Yeah.
So they're like Doro Pie. like one of my friends names her albums that she has of me like Spotted a Wild Doro Pie. But yeah, so then like but pie was taken, like Doro Pie, it was taken. So then like people were thinking about like senpai, so we mashed senpai and Doro Pie,
Okay.
like P-A-I, that way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So does the PAI actually mean anything, or is it just like does it actually mean like a word? This is just me being uncultured as fuck.
Well, it's like, you know, like when you say senpai, like senpai notice me, like that kind of senpai.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that kind of senpai.
Son of a bitch. I'm sorry.
Your
Whatever's
laws
about
cannot
to.
control me. I am the all-powerful Moma's boy. Love
Yeah.
me, Ken.
I'm gonna have to turn that off for the next podcast. All the alerts. That's just gonna have to be.
I can't hear your alerts because I have.
Thank God.
It's
Just
so okay.
thank God. Thank God. No, there's just people wanting attention. No,
Thank you.
she has such a nice smile. But okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know. I never knew if like the senpai, if that was like two separate words, like sen and pi, like were two separate things that were just like put together. If like the pi meant something, because I've seen other people with like I don't know, with like that PAI at the end. So I never knew. You're the first person to actually explain it to me. Yeah.
I never saw it before other than senpai.
I've seen that in oppa a lot.
Opai?
Oppa. No, not oppa, like oppa. Like oppa? Isn't that Korean?
Oppa.
Oppa. Yeah, am I saying that?
So, Oppa doesn't have PAI at the end of it, but O plus PAI, it means, like the curves on a girl.
What? No way. You're full of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're so... No, it's not. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It means like... Oh, what?
But
No, I even heard that.
Oppa without the I.
Yeah, without the I.
Is like what you call an older, like, sibling.
Yes, that's
Like,
okay.
Yeah, older brother, but you do it in a cute way. So, like, the girls who want to, like, flirt with their upperclassmen, they call them Oppa.
Okay, because I was gonna get real defensive because a couple people have called me Oppa before, and if I found out that it meant the curves on a woman, I don't know how I was gonna take that.
No. With the I, that's what it means.
I never. Okay, wow. That's like a very different. Like if you mispronunciate a little bit, if you put a little twang at the end, you say Oppai, then all of a sudden that's probably offensive to call somebody that, right?
I think it's different language.
Oh yeah. Well, one's Japanese, one's Korean, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Like, what's funny is that the more I've been watching, like, this sounds as weeb as fuck, but more anime, like in Japanese, I can start to identify the difference between like Japanese and Chinese a lot more. And that's, yeah, before I was like, I have no idea, like, it doesn't matter what you're speaking, I have no idea like what any of that sounds like, but no, it's that's pretty interesting. That's really interesting. So another thing I wanted to ask you about, because this is really hot on Twitter right now, is what do you think happened to Doctor Disrespect? If you've seen any of that, have you been keeping up with any of that?
Oh yeah, I saw some of that stuff before.
There has been some wild like rumors. Do you have one? I really want to know if you have one.
I don't know specifically, but I saw on Twitter, I think, that they were doing bans during the time when they're trying to um like weed out like disrespectful people. So
Oh.
like that's just what, like, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't really keep up on Twitch drama like at
Oh
all.
my god. I don't even care about the drama. I just think it's like it's seriously on the same level as like government conspiracies. And I'm just loving it.
I like on my you know how like Google like has this like thing that like tells you like top news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dr. Disrespect has been on there for like
Yeah.
a few days, and that's also how I like hear about what's going on. So,
And it's
I
nuts
didn't
because
even watch his channel before. I had no idea who he was.
yeah, I didn't even I didn't even watch it either. Like obviously I knew who he was, but I never followed him. And then like it's like mainstream like Fox and CNN's been like commenting on. I'm like, who the hell?
Yeah, it's like a mystery.
Like my mom even like she's like, hey, that guy got banned. Does that affect you at all? I was like, no. I'm like, how do you know about that? She's like, it's like a doctor. I'm like, it's not a real doctor, mom. Do you get that? Like, do your parents like understand like what this is all about, like what the Twitch is, and like do they follow like your channel or like anything that's like really going on?
So I don't want my parents to follow my channel, but they do
Really?
know I stream because yeah, I live with my parents. So, but like, I like tell them I stream, and then they like will ask like how my streams went, as in, well, like, or I guess because they're parents, they like care more about like the business side of
Sure.
this venture. So
Yeah. No, that's like so they don't they didn't like make Twitch accounts. They don't like lurk or anything like that.
no, I
Or
don't want them to.
why don't you want them to?
I don't know. It just seems weird.
You know what? It's funny. My mom is like my biggest lurker. Like whenever I look and like she made an account, she's like, "Hey, how do I watch you? Like how do I see like what you're doing?" And I was like, "Oh, like I'll help you like make an account." And she's like, well, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Keg115." She's like, "I'm gonna name my account Keg115 Mama." That was her big branding like moment, right? She was like, "Oh, I want that." But now that like so, does any of your other family know that you stream?
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of family, so it's basically like just like, yeah. They don't really follow my streams, but I do know, like, sorry, one
You're
time
fine.
when I thought that I could like you know on Twitch Prime, I
Yeah.
thought you could have multiple accounts connected to a Twitch Prime. So then I told my dad, and then we were like, let's make an account so he can just give me the sub. But turns out you can't
Yeah.
have multiple accounts under a Twitch Prime.
So you tried to gift yourself the sub. Oh my god. I didn't know I was going to expose you on this podcast, Dorothy. Damn. Manipulating the system.
I mean, it didn't work, and also I give out my Twitch sub. So.
Okay. Just because you're like Twitch won't let me give it to myself. Yeah, I get you. No,
Yeah.
I get you. No, that was actually a bummer too. You're not the only streamer that I heard. They're like, oh, I wanted to gift myself my Twitch Prime. Like, I pay for it. Why can't I give it to me? Type deal. I get you. I get you completely.
But actually, like Ninji Poo is sort of like my like pseudo mom. Like she like always she like acts like kind of like a mothery kind of person. Like she always be like little things, be like, "I'm so proud of you, Dora," or like she went to my graduation,
Aw.
took photos for me, yeah, and all that stuff.
And Ninja Poo's how we met.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
she. How did that go, by the way? Like, would she just like slide into your DMs? You're like, hey, you need to, you need to like see this guy, or
Um, so she really likes your streams. So she was telling me about your streams before I really started streaming too. Like, she because I was thinking about streaming, and then when I told her about that, she was like, "Oh, you should check out like Keg." Like, she always thought you were like very like admirable. So
I'm washed up garbage. I hit my peak.
no,
No, I'm kidding. No, and that means a lot. Well, yeah, I remember like, honestly, at first I thought you were a bot when you DM me. Mm-hmm.
what?
Because you were just like that first sentence. I think you're like, "Hey, Cake 115" or something like that. I was like, "Oh, she's gonna try to be like." In my mind, I'm like, "This is gonna follow up with, hey, Cake 115, let's make you famous. Do you want organic followership or something like that or viewership?" Oh, thank you for the sub, Billy. He said a dirty word, so the bot won't say it. But no, I really thought, I was like, oh, but then I was like, oh wait, she's actually like a Pittsburgh streamer too, and I was like, I really want to make this connection because there's not many of us. Like, I know you're not in the area anymore, but I thought that was super cool. I was like, oh my god, this girl actually is in my hometown. That's pretty dope, and she's trying to do something similar. Like, have you met any other content creators from like this area? I only know one.
From the Pittsburgh area?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are quite a few actually.
Oh, I guess I'm just in my own little bubble. God damn. I need to get out more.
It's because like I was more downtown Pittsburgh and you were like more outskirts of Pittsburgh.
Sure.
So I knew a lot of people just in general through community anyway.
You see,
Yeah.
that's something that like did you find out through them like through college, like in clubs and stuff?
Yeah, I guess sort of.
Well, I'm just saying that because like when I was in college, I was like I had my fraternity thing, and other than that, I just like went to class and I worked, and that's one thing I really regret is not going to like different anime cons that were in the area, different like just like reaching out to like other clubs and whatnot, because apparently at Pitt too, they were pretty cool about having Duquesne students as well in some of their clubs, depending on I guess the club.
Yeah. Really open clubs.
Yeah, that was something that I really wish I got into. But the only one that I know she's really popular is Lily Whispers. She's an ASMR streamer. I don't know if you heard of her. She has like 250,000 subs on YouTube, and she does all ASMR stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she was one of the first ones to do it. She got really big, like really quick. And she's really cool. She was really nice about teaching and stuff like that, about like the whole YouTube game. But speaking of which, though, what's like? So I saw, you just hit like what 1,500 follows on Twitch, right?
Okay, so 500 of them were like this like creepy follow bot thing that kept saying like Castro's watching you.
What?
Yeah.
Castro, like Fidel Castro?
Yeah. It was creepy. But it was very interesting. But yeah, so that's where 500 of them came from.
And did it happen all at once, like in one stream? Oh.
It happened all at once. I was streaming and it was just like, whoa, surprise. Castro's watching you.
I mean, hey, if you got the follows and Twitch didn't take them out, I mean, they still count, I guess.
I don't think followers, like the number of followers you get, are as important as the interaction that you get on your stream. Like if you have a higher amount of followers, like that doesn't matter compared to like how many people are watching your streams, like how many people are chatting in your streams, or like like just interacting in general.
Yeah, and you know what I found out too for doing this for like a couple years, and I've been working with some bigger content creators. It really depends on the brand that like for sponsorships. Some brands will be like, you have to have this many followers, and it's like, well, what about like viewership or time watch? Like, oh, I don't care about that. Other people are like that you need an average so many concurrent viewers. Some people are like you need so many hours in watch time. It's weird, but no, I agree with you. It's better to have that interaction, and also it's more fun too as a streamer to have more people in your chat and talking to you. I always like that a lot.
But I know what you mean about like the numbers thing, because like people can just buy followers, so like yeah, it's just like there was this one badge I wanted for an anime con. I mean, I have over 1,000 now, but at the time I didn't have over 1,000. And
Mhm.
they're like, "Oh, you can only get the badge if you have over 1,000 followers." And I was just like, "Can't people just like?"
Oh,
I have a lot of interaction on my posts and stuff like that, so I
yeah.
felt like, can't people like people can just buy followers and they don't have as much interactions because it's not like real people.
Yeah, no, have you ever seen some of my favorite things to do is I'll go through the browser, right? And I'll see like somebody with like 500 viewers. I'll click and then you look at their follower count and it's like they have like 22 followers and I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like that doesn't make sense. Like it's like I see a lot of view bots too as well. But yeah, it's I see a lot of view bots and then also it's like I don't know. I see that. I see people buy followers a lot on Twitter. That's huge, and it's painfully obvious when you have like like 40,000 followers on Twitter, but only 2 likes on your post.
Hmm.
That's weird too. But then yeah, I don't know why people would do that too. Like I personally would feel really anxious about being banned from Twitch. You know, like if I were to actually seek out and like look for like a follow bot or something. But at the same time, I don't think Twitch really cares.
Uh,
But now but no, it's still though. Regardless of the 500 follow bot thing, you're still over 1,000. Like minus that, you're still over 1,000. That's huge.
oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Like, do you think that you're like, hey, when you hit that 1,000, like, how did that feel? Like, are you like, hey, I want to ramp this up a little bit more, maybe, or start to, start to like do a little different content? Because I saw you've been doing a lot more art on your streams.
I was just doing the art so I can have new sub badges for my viewers, but and like bit badges because they added like these new things in Twitch, so I thought they were cool. Like they added like I don't know if you know, but they added Twitch bit badges
Hmm.
and bit emotes and like flares for badges, and so I was like, oh, customization.
Yeah, I actually need to get on that. And now I don't think my viewers are aware of it, but since you let the cat out of that bag, they're gonna be like, "God damn it, Ken!" And now
I just
it's
love customizing things, so yeah.
yep, some bitch. All right, seriously, as soon as you said that, it's like, when are we getting our barrel bit badges? I demand bit badges. No, it's that's something too I have to get on. So like what'd you do? Like what was the theme of your bit badges?
Cute things that I like.
Okay, okay, like what? Like anime stuff or
uh, like strawberries or lemons.
that's awesome. And you did it all yourself. You didn't commission anybody.
Yeah, the badges I did myself, but the emotes are commissioned.
Oh, that's dope. I wish I had that artistic ability because I like the extent my artistic ability is like stick figures, honestly. Like I have a thing now where I draw a League of Legends champ and will send it to you for like so many of my channel points. And it's seriously like a little kid drew it. But it's still fun though. It's still really fun. Oh no, wait. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see how bad it is? It's cute until you see it, then you're like, oh, that's really bad. Hold up. This is. I still have to send it to the viewer. It's Dark Flame Shavana. Like, I got my crayons out and everything.
Whoa.
I'll get the hell out of here. You know you can. Uh, I think he's gonna put it up on the fridge. That's my hope for it.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know that you did the art stuff. Did you learn that at all while you were in college, or is it just something that was natural for you?
Just for fun.
Yeah. No, I mean like you just picked it up yourself.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's something like I said, I've tried it and I don't know why, like my part of the brain just doesn't go that way. I don't know. But no, and that probably gives you an advantage with your cosplay stuff, right? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but do you make the majority of your cosplay or do you order it?
No, I don't make them.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
don't make any of it?
I made my Sakura one from Naruto, and that was it.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. You see, like the fact though that you just like made anything that you're like, oh, I could put this together to make that. That's I've tried to do some really garbage Halloween costumes like that, and I was just like, nah, I could never be a cosplayer with that. But no, I was actually thinking that if I ever went to like TwitchCon or something like that, even though I don't play him, I was just thinking like, oh, maybe like be like Graves or something like that for a cosplay.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just been like, I've been really wanting to do it, but I'm like, I'm just not. I'm not creative with
Go
any of
for it, dude.
Well, do you suggest doing something like super simple, or be like, hey man, just like put a lot of time into it and make it really right? Like, what's your philosophy with that, if at all? Like, how much do you spend, or like not money, but like time on one?
Just whatever you are satisfied with, whatever you feel confident in.
So it's just like, okay, like I look at it and I go, okay, this is my gut feeling, it's done, type deal.
Yeah, if
Okay,
you feel good in your cosplay, I think you'll be okay.
all right. So what's the next one that you're working on, if any?
Maybe like Chica from Love is War, just because everyone like um compares me to Chica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that? Like personality wise or looks wise or
Both.
both?
Everything. Personality, looks. I'm always compared to Chica.
So you're just gonna lean into the skit at this point? You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
I mean, I think Chica's a really great character too. So
What is it about Chica? I know nothing about that anime. And for everybody else that's watching, like explain to me
she's
Chica.
like really positive, but also very shrewd. I like her.
Okay. What do you call it? I wouldn't define you as shrewd. What's that thing? Whoa, what's the thing with your hands? Yeah, I just read that, then you did it. What's this? Explain to me.
This is just what Chica does. Like yonder,
What'd you just say? What?
yonder.
I did?
Yeah, good job.
Don't lie to me. I butchered that. Don't lie to me on my podcast, Dorothy. I swear to God. No, that's really cool. So, all right, do you think that you're gonna like do that on stream or for like a follow goal or anything like that, or like just go to a con one day with it?
Maybe everything.
Everything. I want to see as a follow goal. I 100% want to see as a follow goal.
I did a cosplay stream before, but then I just remember it was really tiring. It gave me such a headache. Like just cosplaying can sometimes give you a headache because you have so much like things on you.
Because
Like you have a wig on, you have like very heavy clothing sometimes. You have like so much like makeup and
okay.
that stuff on, so it's like already feels like tiring.
So
But,
what?
like,
Is it like that you get overheated almost? Thank you for the follow, you something something. So is it because like so you get overheated and you end up being like you end up getting the headache through that? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, what?
Like you said you end up getting like headaches from that, correct? Like it's it is it because you said you have all that stuff, like do you get overheated really easily because you have like all this equipment on and makeup on? Is that ever a
Yeah,
problem?
you have like these really big like color contacts, and sometimes it just makes you dizzy, just in general, because you have so much
Oh.
stuff on. But then on top of that, if you're streaming, you have. I mean, for me streaming, I have lots of lights on, so it gets like really hot, and if you have, and I already can't wear um headset for very long because it hurts my head.
Aw.
So yeah, but like on top of a wig, that's like overkill because a wig's already like squeezing your head. So
Oh, that yeah, I never would have thought about that, like with the added wig pressure and whatnot. And I would imagine too, especially the more concentrated cons, like outside, I'm sure itself is some sort of you know chore being like out in the sun. But as soon as you get in there, crowded with people, I don't know how you would be able to with all that closed in body heat. That would absolutely drive me nuts. Is that also part of it too? That it's just like you start to be like all crammed in and it's just like overload.
um so like if I know that the con's gonna be like um in the summer, I would wear things with summer clothing.
Mm-hmm.
If I know it's in the winter, you wear winter
Sure.
cosplay,
Sure.
like warmer cosplay. So it's usually okay.
I always found it interesting. Like I'll see on Instagram and Twitter, people put like these huge cosplays, right? Like I saw one. I think it was like a Nautilus and it was massive, and I was like, that's cool as hell. But then I was like, doesn't that also ruin the con? Because like, how can you even walk in the doors and like navigate? Is that like how do you manage that? Do you know? I was always curious.
I think like some people like care more about like what they like. Some people go to cons for different reasons. Like some people
Yeah.
go to cons to photograph, some people go to cons to show off their like work and their cosplay, like their handicraft.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people go to cons like to go to their events and they don't even cosplay, just to chill and have fun, that sort of thing. There's just so many reasons people go to cons, and the people I think who wear like the big Nautilus thing, it's just
Yeah.
because they want to showcase, their handiwork and have photos and stuff like that.
I was told by one person, and I was curious if it was similar everywhere, just like the ones in like out in LA. But when you go to these cons, there's like a lot of photographers there that they're just like that they'll just like come up and approach you like, hey, can I take pictures of you? Because that's like content for them, and also like they show you and your work on their socials. Is that how that goes as well?
Um, yeah, I mean, people have come up to me to ask to take pictures. Um, and I'm like, okay, that's cool because I want, I like being photographed.
Yeah.
Um, but I have some friends who don't like it as much, and so yeah.
Have you gotten
They,
any? Have you gotten like any weirdos like that, or just like, hey man, like how about you take a step back? You're kind of in my personal space type deal. Because I hear that's a problem sometimes, like especially with women. No.
I never had that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Con.
I like I said, I had one friend. She does a little bit of cosplay, and she said that that would be a problem sometimes. That people like would just they get like really like up close to you, and like they're not really aware. It's like, hey, personal space a little bit here, bud.
Yeah, that's never happened to me. I've always had positive experiences at con.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good. But what's the so you just go to the local ones, or have you ever gone to like the big ones out like west or anything? And I mean,
I
you said New York you've been to too.
I went to Otakon before, which is one of the largest ones. I also went to MomoCon, which is also another really large con.
Mm-hmm. What's
What else?
the Where are they at and like how many people?
I don't know specifically how many people, but Otacon's in Baltimore. Also went to
Okay.
Katsucon, which is also a really popular con with a lot of people in it. But also, like, I think I go with friends, and because you go with friends, like, there's like, it's just fun.
Yeah, with a big group of people.
Yeah.
Have you ever been recognized yet? Like, especially when you go to cons, have you done any meetups or anything?
So not for streaming. I haven't been recognized for streaming, but this was a thing always in general. But there, people will always like come up to me and be like, "Wait, are you Dorothy?"
Get
So
out, really?
yeah, but it's not. It was not for streaming. It's just because like, I don't know. I guess people hear of me or something like that.
Like in
So
the cosplaying world, or
not in cosplaying world. Well, like one time at a con, there was this guy who was like we just went to the same college, and he was like, he found me there, and he was like, "Wait, are you Dorothy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, wow, like my friends have always talked about you and stuff."
so this guy,
So
like, was he stalking you? That sounds kind of stalkerish. You know that, right? You're like, he went to school with me, and then he found me. That wasn't an organic. That wasn't an organic thing. That was carefully planned.
I know this. I mean, like it was just like what you mean, like people like recognize you. Like I don't
Yeah.
think he was specifically looking for me, but when he saw
Okay.
me, he messaged his friend. He was like, "Wow, I found Dorothy."
Okay, that's pretty nuts.
But
That's
like that happened in like sometimes in college or like in high school too.
so you're just like locally famous. Like wherever you go, it's like, yeah, I have a presence about me.
I mean, but I didn't do anything. I think it's just people talk. So
Okay. I mean, that's good. That's pretty
or
nuts
like they
though.
see my posts on things because I do post a lot on like Facebook or something.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, the perfect timing to find you on Twitch, Doropai, like right here, and you've been typing a lot in chat. Facebook, it's also Doropai, correct?
Yeah.
And then Instagram, what's your Insta?
Uh, Dorothy of Oz.
Dorothy of Oz. I'm gonna post everything, by the way. It's all going to be in the description of the YouTube video this is going to be.
Oh, this is
And
gonna be a YouTube video.
yes, it is. I'm just gonna take this raw thing and put it into a YouTube thing. So yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have probably disclosed that to you. I'm so sorry. Wow. But yeah, I'm gonna put all that in there so people can
Yeah,
find you.
DoraPie.com.
Doropai.com.
Yeah.
What is on Doropai.com? Is there merch and exclusive content?
No, it's my link tree.
Oh, it's your link tree. Okay, so that is everything.
Yeah. Dorothy is popular for being Dorothy. Yeah.
She's weird. It's great. Yeah, I also saw too. I also saw too that you do like a bit of like K-pop dancing. I saw a couple of your like clips doing that in some studios.
Yeah. I mean, it with it was with like some of them are with Ninja actually. So if
Yeah.
you watch it, you can see Ninja dancing.
No, I've seen Ninja. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like the one that I watched, it looked like you were kind of leading the session. It was on your Insta.
Oh, that was because I was stepping in for the leader. I self-proclaimed myself as stepping in for the leader.
So you're like, okay, guys, I know I never been here before. You probably don't know me. Ninja knows me, but I'm now the leader.
That's basically what happened. Yeah.
No wonder why people talk about you. I'd talk about you too. I'd be like, who the fuck is this chick? Have you heard of her? Okay, wow, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Wow. Wow. So is that something else that you do? Like in addition to is that something you do regularly? Is like the K-pop dances? Is that something?
Something I do regularly.
Is that something like, yeah, or it's just, every so often even?
Like not since I left college, but when I was in college, I did go dancing a lot, like K-pop dancing. I did that a lot.
Wait, when
But
you
now that I'm
say
in college, I don't really have like a group anymore. So
you went K-pop dancing, are you saying that like you went to like a K-pop dancing club? Because if so, I need you to link me exactly where that's at in Pittsburgh.
no, not like a K-pop dancing club,
Oh,
but
no, in like a little
like
studio.
like a group, like where people like dance together, that kind of group.
Okay, that's really cool. I mean, my only experience with that is, doing that very poorly in my room when nobody's watching, and I know it doesn't look coordinated at all. No, that's really cool. Is that something else that you just kind of like picked up, like the art? You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this and be really good at it.
I wasn't. Oh no, everyone's being banned by the mod
Who's being banned?
by Richie and Jiku.
Oh, somebody posted a link. That's why they'll unban them. Yeah, only subs can post links. The mods will take care of it. I'm not too worried about it. They'll want time. They're not being banned. They're just being timed out. The Nightbot does it automatically. Nightbot's very, very like, I don't know. He's like very spazzy. I pretend like it's a he. It's just like don't touch me, like type deal. So
Okay.
yeah, links are auto purged if you're not a sub. Legacy 28 Powers just said.
Auto purge.
Oh yeah, they don't take any shit.
Mm.
But no, it's something that like, did you have a background in that before? Like, did you do like dance like in high school or even elementary school or anything like that? And then you're just like, hey, you adapted that to K-pop?
No, I wasn't really that good actually. I just learned from like the club. So it was like a college club, and Ninja Poo was actually the leader at the time, and that's actually how I met her.
Okay. But then you said that one session you took over the leadership role, so you're just like, bye, Ninja Poo. I'm gonna do this.
No, the session I took over was not at the college. It was somewhere else.
Okay. Gotcha. There are K-pop dance class things with school clubs. Yeah, you see, I feel like that going to a smaller school, I missed out on stuff like that because Duquesne didn't have anything like that, but I feel like Pitt, obviously, they had a lot more opportunities for things like that.
Well, actually, people at Pitt were allowed to come to Ninja's club. Ninja was so like open to everyone and so like inviting. He literally invited like half of downtown. So like people from downtown who didn't even go to college like came to the club to dance and stuff and teach us things. It was pretty cool.
My heart's breaking because this was all going on while I was still in college, and I knew nothing about it because I was just in my own little, like my own apartment, going from class to work to the gym back to game. God damn, that's so cool. I mean, I love that Pittsburgh and especially Ninja had that. That's really cool. Blake said we should go to a K-pop dance class. Yeah, Blake, that would go over very well between me and you. Yeah. But no, you know what? On that note, we've been talking for an hour now.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that this is a good place to be like, hey, you know what? We can end the first podcast here. We did it. I talked about K-pop and everything. Yeah, so everybody go follow Dorothy or Dorapai's, all of her stuff. It's all down below. I appreciate you being on. Hope you had fun.
I did. Thank you for having me.
No problem. And
you're awesome.
thank you.